This is a book review of Trillion Dollar Coach, the leadership playbook of Silicon Valley's Bill Campbell. We are Accessory to Success and review a lot of business books here. We have a weekly email we send out with book recommendations, releases, even free books. Also some takeaways from some of these great books. Head over to the site and subscribe to that if it sounds interesting. Now let's move on to the main takeaway from Trillion Dollar Coach. The Trillion Dollar Coach is a New York Times bestseller and Wall Street Journal bestseller. It's based on Bill Campbell's principles for creating the better performing organizations. According to Campbell, one essential characteristic of an effective leader is to care about people. His teachings show that building a robust and safe environment is crucial for engaging employees, strengthening teams, and scaling organizations. Simply put, successful companies are built on people, teams, trust, and love. Here are some bullet point takeaways of what you'll learn in this great book. Do not refrain from giving blunt feedback. Even if what needs to be said seems harsh, do not be afraid to speak honestly. Ensure the person receiving the feedback understands that you mean it in the best way possible and that it is necessary to improve their performance. If trust is present, you can safely deliver negative feedback and should do so aggressively. Do not focus on individual achievements or allow an individual's ego to prevent them from doing what is right for the entire team. Consider pairing people up to build relationships and bring experts together to foster collaboration and innovation. Do not overlook team dynamics, as teams are the foundation of the organization. Create a safe atmosphere for your people. Psychological safety builds trust, and everyone should feel comfortable and supported. Treat people with respect and make sure your environment allows everyone to be themselves. Lead one-on-one sessions and weekly meetings. These meetings help your people be competent, efficient, and growth-focused. One-on-ones are a great way to give and receive feedback and offer support. Weekly meetings are a great time to review and modify operations and can ensure that your team members are all on the same page. Now on to the main book summary. Bill Campbell is known as the best business coach of all time, mentoring well-knowns like Apple's co-founder Steve Jobs, Google's CEO Eric Schmidt, and Amazon's founder Jeff Bezos. He spent many years as a football player and coach before moving to California and joining the Apple team as the VP of Sales and Marketing. Campbell later became the CEO of Claris, Go Corporation, and Intuit. The companies he coached on their rise to the top have now surpassed a value of more than $2 trillion combined. Hence, the name of the book, Trillion Dollar Coach. Anyone who knew Bill said that he brought out the best in others. Trillion Dollar Coach reflects on accounts of more than 80 individuals whom Campbell influenced. The authors paint a picture of a man who often swore, delivered candid comments frequently, and possessed a generous spirit. Someone who always put people first. The book outlines Bill's wisdom and recommendations in 4 key areas. If you enjoy the lessons of many mentors in a single book, you would really enjoy Tools of Titans. The 4 things are people, team, trust, and love. People. Campbell believed that people are the foundation of a company's success. The job of a manager is to grow and develop each person to be more effective at their work. You need your team to be full of talented people that want to do or are capable of doing great things. People that are engaged in and excited about their work. Great people flourish in an environment that liberates and amplifies that energy. A good book about finding and hiring the right people is Who, or for salespeople, The Challenger Sale. According to Campbell, the success of your people is a manager's top priority. It is imperative that a leader listens and pays attention to their employees. Leadership is about the company and your team, not you. Focusing on your team's well-being and doing whatever it takes to ensure that your people know they are valued and feel seen and heard in your presence. This message is driven home in the ex-Navy SEAL Jocko Willink's book, Extreme Ownership. Team. Selecting the right team members is everything. Campbell looked for 2 characteristics, smarts and hearts. He wanted people that were hardworking with high integrity and empathy. These are often fast learners with a team player's attitude. Choosing the right talent and pairing the right individuals together is critical for growth and innovation. People focused on their community as more productive and engaged with their projects. Successful teams always do what is right for the team and company, despite their differences. Campbell thought that letting people go was a failure of management and wanted everyone who had to leave to do so feeling respected. Trust. People are at their best and most effective when they can be who they really are. When people bring their true selves to work, they do their best, most committed work. This solves the major engagement issue with staff that is discussed in great detail in the book, The Workplace Engagement Solution by David Harder. An organization can benefit from its people feeling comfortable and accepted. Your team members are more likely to give their honest opinions if they think they are in a safe and trusting environment. Building a supportive community allows everyone to provide candid feedback without hesitation. Set high standards and expectations for your team and offer your support to foster their success. Creating an accepting culture in order to be more inclusive and prosper is discussed in great detail in the books Creating Magic and Bait and Switch. Love. If you've been blessed in your life, then be a blessing to others. Campbell taught that it was essential to care about people. Caring about your team also means caring about who and what is important to them. Get to know the people around them, and if an emergency ever occurs, be there to support them. Support their causes and interests. Be generous and look for effective and affordable ways to help sustain generosity. Be the person to bring positive energy into a room. Never take the energy away. Much more on this can be found in the book Team of Teams. Two other books about growing successful teams and businesses by great leaders are I Love Capitalism by co-founder of Home Depot and Alibaba, the house that Jack Ma built, which shares the incredible story of how Jack Ma created Alibaba. About the authors. As CEO and chair of Google from 2001 to 11, Eric Schmidt was instrumental in scaling Google into today's tech giant. He is currently chair of the Defense Innovation Advisory Board of the United Department of Defense, and Eric created the Schmidt Family Foundation to target climate change, and is also the founder of Schmidt Futures, which uses emerging science and technology to improve societal outcomes. Jonathan Rosenberg, a senior vice president at Google, Rosenberg ran the Google product team until April of 2011. He helped develop the company's hiring processes and influenced its communications and marketing practices. Currently, he is an advisor for Alphabet Management and a senior advisor at Schmidt Futures. Alan Eagle. Eagle has worked for Google since 2007 and is currently the Director of Executive Communications. He has worked at several Silicon Valley startups, including Tell Me Networks and Octel Communications. Alan also worked for Schmidt Futures as a network advisor. The authors also wrote How Google Works, a book on corporate culture, strategy, decision-making, communication, and innovation, very similar to the book Work Rules. This has been a book review of $1 Trillion Coach. We are Accessory to Success. Thanks for listening. There have been a lot of other book recommendations made in this review. You can find links to those in the blog post. Don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter to get book recommendations once a week. Follow us on social media, YouTube, and we look forward to seeing you in our next review.